All right, welcome back in. 5:06. Beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I hope your house did not sustain a lot of damage with the winds we had last night. I'll bring in Brice. Did your house?
No damage.
Right?
No damage.
No damage.
No. I think I lost maybe 3 minutes of sleep. That was probably the biggest damage. Not to rub it in.
You sleep really good then.
I sleep pretty well.
I just want to know where that.
When I sleep well, I'll sleep well. When I don't sleep well, guess what?
But I want to know the cutoff. Like, where does it go when you sleep like a baby, and then you all of a sudden you can't fall asleep and everything wakes you up? There's got to be a point somewhere. I want to get a medical expert on the show.
I think it's when you start drinking.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
That's an idea. Just a hypothesis.
Mark, did you get damage at your place last night?
I did not. I live in a building built in 1922, so I'm sure any little hail that hit it would just knock it over like toothpicks.
Oh, well, some of the stuff that's the older structures are pretty sturdy, actually. I mean, they built them right back there in the day.
That's right. Yeah, this one it's built well, but it's just leaning a little bit. It's an old apartment building they converted into condos.
Leaning.
Oh yeah, Leaning Tower Pisa. I mean, it's been there long enough, so I have faith in this one.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if I have faith in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. But it's nice to see that no one had some damage. We had an expert on the show in the 4 o'clock hour talk about. Sarah Burns was on the show to talk about what to do. If you think you have hail damage to your roof or, to your house, we'll put up a link on our Facebook page after the show. Go click on the link and you can find a reputable roofer, because this is the time of year when these guys, they're storm chasers, essentially. They follow the storms and they pry on the elderly community that they get desperate. They don't know what to do. They're not like me. They need somebody to help them. So I just don't want you to get ripped off. So I'll put that link up on the website and do that. We were talking, I just saw an article on AOL Finance about the body language of Donald Trump's handshakes. And we were just, real quickly before I get into it, when you shake somebody's hand, Brice, you're pretty much, I know the kind of handshake hey, let's shake hands real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you passed the test.
Okay, good.
Mark, let's go ahead and do it.
Stayed up all night studying for that test.
Yes, I like that. Firm, right? Firm.
Firm, yeah. Sure.
When I shake somebody's hand and it's like a dead fish,
or if it was the miss, like the miss, if you actually hit the wrong spot, don't you have to say, people don't do this, but you should say, oh wait, excuse me, you grab their wrist back and go back in.
So you correct the handshake.
You gotta correct the handshake.
I agree with you on that.
That's a strong sign. That's even stronger than a strong handshake.
It's like, I want to get this right.
Yeah.
We didn't connect properly. I like that. And if you meet a stranger, I don't ever do the bump or anything like that. Fist bump. I mean, it's inappropriate.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah, but I do want to take a look at this video on the breaks, just how Donald Trump shakes hands. I'm real curious to see how a guy shakes hands.
Yeah, he's got 6 handshakes.
He's got 6 different handshakes. Mm-hmm. But I want to first start off, great, Brice, McBeth, Reap Marketing. You've got a great SEO company we've talked about in the 4 o'clock hour. You really maximize a website's efficiency to not only get out there and bring people to the website, but keep them on the website. And the conversion rate, which I found out is so low, I had no idea that only 1% actually converts into making a transaction. So then it becomes like a numbers game. Well, then I got to get in 1 million people. I got to get 1 million eyeballs on my website to convert that 1%. Or I market my website to get more, or just boost the conversion rate. I got to do whatever I need to do to tweak. An amazing story there. But also, I read in your bio, where in the world did you learn Chinese?
I studied Chinese at the University of Texas, and I'm not bragging or anything, but I studied Chinese. I wanted to get into international business, and an internship sort of took me down a detour, and kind of liked the view from that detour, and stayed on on the detour and never went back.
You have a great background in IBM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, started my career at IBM as an intern, and we helped launch a product that measured websites and how people use them. So this is back in the day, you talked about the 90s when you couldn't get your head around why people would go to Gap.com to buy apparel, right? Why would anybody do that? Well, this is before a lot of these big companies even had a website. They had a home page. Remember that? You go to McDonald's.com and it said, or McDonald's.com, if you want some more information, then send us a letter here to Atlanta, Georgia, right? So it was hard to try to teach these companies why they needed to get a better understanding of what was happening on the website. So that company became Core Metrics. it's a precursor to what eventually Google launched Google Analytics and made it free. And so the rest is history, as they say.
Look at you. You've got a book out as well.
I do have a
you've
book.
got a, and I don't know how, I don't even know how we transition into this next topic.
Just do it.
Just do it. You've got a book out, and you also sell salon chairs.
I sell salon chairs.
And you have a book about how to sell salon chairs.
Yeah, so we're talking about how we're all marketers and salespeople, right? I mean, we're all marketers and salespeople. Sure. Even if we're interviewing for a job that has nothing to do with marketing or sales, we're selling ourselves into the job, right? So we always all have to have some amount of salesmanship to sell ourselves. I just happen to have the knack for selling salon chairs. I just do them online. So the story is a couple years after having launched our agency, we've, long story short, we actually tell the full story in the book, but an opportunity was born out of a relationship with a would-be client, and we couldn't talk them into building a website to sell their equipment direct to consumer for a lot of different reasons. And so we sort of threatened to become a distributor of theirs and sell the equipment online ourselves, and it turned into a double dog dare. And I mean, you can't turn out a double dog dare. So we launched a website, and about 3 weeks later, we sold a saddle stool for about $60, and then next thing you know, a couple of days later, we sold a $10,000 salon package, and then all of a sudden the velocity started picking up, and it has become a very legitimate business. So the book talks about our journey in hiring our own agency to build a e-commerce company and optimize its own conversions.
I like that. So the first time you had an offer on that chair, the $60 chair, did you think,
yeah, it's definitely double fist pumps. It was awesome. It was a rush, but it wears off real quickly. And even the bigger sales, it's fun to get them, but then you're on to the next one.
Well, and also logistically, how do you ship a salon chair? That's meeting customers' expectations, which we talked a little bit about the other day. Mm-hmm. If someone buys all the salon equipment, but they want it the next day, it's not that easy.
Yeah, so not only am I competing with Amazon, they sell some of these products, not all the products that we sell, but some of the products are available as commodity items on Amazon. And even if I'm not competing with them on the actual product themselves, I'm competing with the expectation of people who have purchased on Amazon before expect the stuff to show up the next day for free. And when you're talking about, 10,000 pounds worth of hardwoods and glass and hydraulic pumps and metal and leather and all that other stuff, that doesn't ship for free.
No.
And it doesn't fit into an overnight envelope. So
it's funny you say that, because I ordered a lift kit for my Land Rover, and I ordered it on Sunday afternoon, and I just got the notification that it was shipped off on a Wednesday. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I ordered it, the first business day Monday, second business day Tuesday, and I'm just now getting the notification, but I'm spoiled because we're used to that Amazon overnight kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not the 1900s anymore, right?
No.
It's 17?
But I wish I wish I would have got maybe a heads up that it was just going to take that long. And I would say this, something about expectations, being in real estate. Look, everyone thinks their property is the greatest property ever that existed in property, and they can understand why not everyone's looking at it, and they can't understand why it's still in the market. Am I right?
That's right. Yeah, they expect you to be a magician and just pull something out of a hat and say, well, here's your buyer. Mm-hmm. And then they expect you to be the first person that shows up the minute that they call, and you're going to be there 10 minutes later. So, yeah, the expectations are pretty tough, but at the same time, you also need to create the expectations. But if you can show up and be responsive, that's number one, I think, what buyers need.
Yeah. Very, very interesting the way you guys pick your buyers, because like you said, not everybody needs an 18-hole golf course. It'd be great. It'd be great to play. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue this conversation. What a great day for marketing. So if you've got a marketing, if you have a website, if you want to know, if you want to get Brice's opinion of your website, and if you're too embarrassed to put it publicly, send it to me private message on Facebook. I'll let him check it out, and he'll get back to you. How about that? Sounds pretty simple.
Let's give it a shot.
I love it. We'll be right back.